Hey everyone, Tony Winston here, Jazz Piano College. You probably know that song just from the intro. D minor ninth. And then we've got the most popular chord in pop music, which we call an 11th chord or a suspended chord. I always just think of this as like whatever the root is, I think down a whole step, and it's a triad. It's an 11th chord. We're going to use that quite a lot here today in Billy Joel's New York State of Mind. So I don't have a lead sheet on this. I couldn't find one anywhere. There is one available out there if you want to buy it. And so go hit the like and subscribe button before we do anything else. I'll go through a little bit of the song, some of the interesting things. But I want to point you over to a friend of mine. His name is Christian. He's Christian from Berlin is his channel, and he does a great tutorial on this song. So
you see, just with melody with third. To wasting too much time. It's going to be too long, this tutorial. Many people will leave me right now.
I'll put a link up above my head, or at least it'll be down there in the description. And go check him out. He's really funny, and he does a great job with explaining this song. And first there's a little classical thing. And I would just call that B flat 11th. And then, it's like does this little thing kind of moving down from D minor 9th, E minor 7th. I guess you could call that F major. And then he ends up, just doing kind of a bluesy thing there. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Then he goes into the song, playing the intro is like the melody in thirds. All right, and here we have an altered dominant. Yes, Billy Joel can use altered dominants. It's an E7, the sharp 9, and if you have this harmony note in there, that's the flat 13. Sometimes they'll write this as E plus because you kind of have an augmented triad there, but it's really an altered dominant. And then it's like G minor to C. And then we've got F. It's exactly the same thing. It's an A altered dominant now, going up from the F. If you only play this, you could say that's an augmented 7th chord, but it'll sound good with the sharp 9, the flat 9, and if you were going to improvise on it, I would think of it as an altered dominant because that'll give you the altered scale, which is exactly like the diminished scale, except for this last little part here. Right, diminished scale would be like that, but the altered scale is which will sound better than a whole tone scale, which is the augmented chord. I mean, that's an okay sound. I don't think that's really the sound for the song, though. And then this, you could even call this negative harmony because it's like D minor, whatever it is, D minor 7 flat 5 going to a C, right? Except we have B flat in the bass. And I've done a whole series about how you can use negative harmony kind of like this. There you're on that chord right there, see? Anyway, that's getting off topic here. Let me get off topic just a little bit more and share this really great book I'm reading. And this is a book you can read in because it's different chapters about different musicians and writers. It's by a pretty famous writer, Peter Guralnick. There it is. And I'm reading the chapter on Chuck Berry. And the reason I thought about this is because Billy Joel is really one of the best lyricists in the business. I mean, he can write lyrics like nobody else, and not only that, he writes great songs and melodies too, with lots of good harmony and classical harmony and pop harmony. He's just, really a master at both things. Chuck Berry is also a great lyricist. In fact, he's been given a lot of awards for his lyrics. You know, they sound kind of simple on the surface, but when you really listen to them, you know, he tells a great story in a lot of his songs. You wonder where this kind of talent comes from, and you know, you always think, oh, it's just, you know, something you're born with, or but no, he really grew up in an environment of poetry and acting and music, and you know, his parents were very talented that way, and they exposed him to a lot of stuff. So, and a lot of it has to do with just really a strong determination to get ahead and be a success. And you know, it's now this chord progression going down, it's really like an E7th there. The melody still is kind of touching on that G from time to time, so you could think of it as the E7 sharp 9, but you know, you got to put the bass note there too. And here does like a suspension, all right? And you know, you could think of this as like an A suspended chord, you know, but typically the suspended chord will go more to a dominant, but this is a suspended going to a minor, and we not only have the fourth suspended, but the second is in there too. So we could really call those both of those notes we could call suspensions. And then F major 7th, or maybe even F major 9th, and C here. All right, many times the 3 chord will just be an inversion of the 1 chord. And we've got the D9 here. And then F major 9th, and the most popular chord in pop music, the suspended chord. And usually a very simple version too, like I say, like F over G. And then, you know, we've got the classic little riff here. Let's listen to that real quick. Now, if you're a beginning improviser, take these 2 chords here and play the A minor blues scale, which is that. Work over both chords, and you will find that even when you get back to C, that is an appropriate scale to use on a C major chord as well. Isn't that amazing how the blues scale is just so flexible? You can basically use it almost over any chord, you know, in the right place, of course. You know, and he's got a little bit of that kind of gospel feel to his playing there. Yeah, I used to sing this song and try to hit those notes, and then I took it down a step, and then I took it down another step, and then I took it down another step. I'm in a New York state of mind. All right, so, you know, he ends there on the 11th chord, and then puts an E sharp 9 to go to one of the best bridges in rock and roll history. And you know, it's very jazzy. It's mostly 2-5-1s, but he takes a sudden turn, you know, from the east side to the west side. It was so easy living day by day. So just a 2-5-1 in G. Then he changes that to G minor, almost like an exercise. Out of touch with the rhythm and blues here. And then where's he go? To B, a tritone away. Now I need a little give and take. And then, you know, same kind of thing, changes it to minor. And then, you know, and that's the string line in the back there. And then back to D minor for a 2-5-1. Bit of that blues scale, right? The A minor blues scale used in the key of C. Sometimes we call this the happy blues scale because it's got that major third in it, but you know, blues is what it is. I don't think there's much more to the song. Let me skip ahead to the end. Many little variations on that classic Jerry Lee Lewis riff there. So the way I play it is, you know, I bend that note, go up to that one, bend it again, and then go down like that. But you can be a little sloppy with it. You put all that in there. I've even heard it like that. That kind of thing. You could kind of do it like that too. And then go 4, 3, 2, 1, and cross over like that. All right, now this is, you know, even the singing here is on that blues scale. And, you know, if you want to be a blues singer, you got to get the pentatonic thing down, you know, like that. And then learn how to put that blue note in there. And that's the regular C blues scale there, same kind of thing. Oh, I forgot about that ending. All right, let's check out that ending again. I think I got it. And you just expect it to go back to C there, but instead he takes it where it logically wants to go. E flat major, then A flat, then jumps that tritone like this. And right here, you know, I mean, a typical jazz way would be to play a kind of a complex chord there, something like that. But Billy Joel sounds like it's just like, it sounds like a D flat with maybe one other note in it. And then, and this is really typical too, is to take a major 7th chord and kind of have, you want to have that sharp 4 in there, or sharp 11, whatever you want to call it. Right, so you can add a 6, a 7, a 9, like that. I don't think he uses all of those notes, but that's the important one. I hear the sax go up to a D there, so it's like, I don't know, maybe not everybody knew what was going to happen there. And you know, it's actually okay. If you do a dominant 7th, that would be the flat 9. I can think of Miles Davis using that kind of change a lot too. But you know, it's pretty dissonant right there. No way this video is going to pass the copyright police because of me using Billy Joel's recording here. But so go hit the like and subscribe button, and you know, that'll help the channel out a little bit. I appreciate it.